Dolphins fans? Today we are presented by our good friends over at iHerb. If you go to iHerb.com and use promo code CHAT, you get 22% off your first order. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because we're always going to have you covered with Dolphins news and rumors. Hit that subscribe link below or subscribe button below and turn on your notifications so you know when we put out a video. I am Will Scott. You are watching Dolphins Today. In the words of Bill Murray, it's Groundhog Day again. We're talking about Dalvin Cook again on the channel. You know why? Because he continues to be linked here to the Miami Dolphins, and according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, he could get cut or traded after June 1. That has been the target date we've been looking at here in terms of when Dalvin Cook could join the Dolphins. Cook has been linked to Miami for months, but the Dolphins re-signed all four of their running backs and drafted Texas A&M running back Devon Achane. So you can certainly make the argument that because of the current running back situation, it's unlikely that Cook is a Dolphin. But here's what ESPN's Jeremy Fowler had to say, who has been all over the Dalvin Cook stuff. I'm told Dalvin Cook is down in South Florida working out. He's cleared off that torn labrum that had surgery this offseason, so he's good to go, and he's sort of awaiting his fate. I'm told the Vikings are willing to hold on to his $14 million cap hit for now until they figure out what to do. They want to do right by the player, but teams I've talked to believe he'll be in a new uniform via trade or release, and there should be a market for his services. Now, I'm told he loves Minnesota, but he's open to a fresh start, and Miami could be an intriguing option. They've been linked to Cook in recent months. Now, let me ask you guys, do you want Dalvin Cook in Miami? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comments section. It is a polarizing question amongst Dolphins fans because Devon Achane is going to be really good. Do you want Dalvin Cook in that running back room? Y for yes or in for no? I've been called out for this because I have been flip-flopping. I have been like, okay, Dalvin Cook's going to be a Dolphin. He's not going to be a Dolphin. I think he's going to be a Dolphin. I don't know. I legitimately do not know at this point what's going to happen with Dalvin Cook. I don't even know if he's going to be in Minnesota or not. I think it's very possible that he still stays in Minnesota. But ESPN's Jeremy Fowler says the expectation around the league is that Dalvin Cook is going to be cut or traded. And we could see a scenario where the Vikings are going to plan to release Cook and some team swoops in and tries to trade for him. That is certainly very possible. But if Dalvin Cook is in fact released and can sign anywhere, you have to imagine that Miami is going to be at the top of his list. I have no question that he would be interested in signing with the Dolphins. The question is, based on the current running back situation, would the Dolphins be interested in signing him? I'm not sure at this point. I am sure that iHerb has all the best deals. And if you go to iHerb.com and use promo code CHAT, you're going to get 22% off all their top-tier sports nutrition products. I'm so happy I discovered iHerb. You will as well. If you're looking for top-tier sports nutrition products, look no further than iHerb, your one-stop shop for all your health and wellness needs. With so many options out there, it can be daunting to find products aligned with your fitness goals. iHerb ensures product quality by shipping from climate-controlled fulfillment centers, guaranteeing first-rate condition. Every product is stored and shipped exclusively by iHerb. No third-party sellers, and free shipping is available on purchases over $20. Trust iHerb. Over 11 million customers have found the best products, backed by 24 million reviews and 1.3 million five-star ratings. Athlete or fan, iHerb keeps your health in check. Take your sports nutrition game to the next level. Go to iHerb.com. Promo code CHAT for 22% off your first order. Promo code CHAT. Choose iHerb because wellness matters. Again, I'm so happy I found iHerb because I'm trying to work out more and I'm trying to bulk up a little bit. I'm doing that thanks to Muscle Tech, this whey protein. They have some great whey protein options over on their site. 24 grams of protein in this. Plus, I like to munch on these Power Crunch protein energy bars as well. iHerb.com, promo code CHAT for 22% off. That link, that promo code in the comments and the description of today's show. Now, there's another report. We just mentioned that from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Cook could get cut or traded. But there is a separate report from a Vikings beat writer that Dalvin Cook could potentially take a pay cut to stay with the Vikings. Darren Wolfson says this about the situation. Going back to January, I've been saying I don't see Dalvin Cook here in 2023. There is zero sense that he will take a pay cut. That has been what has played out the last 5 months. Here's where the reckless speculation comes into play. I had someone who knows enough stuff to tell me, check on the idea that Dalvin is having a change of heart. So Dalvin Cook could be having a change of heart. He might want to stay in Minnesota. I wonder why he's having a change of heart, producer Coop. Probably because Devon Achane is going off at Dolphins OTAs, and they really don't need Dalvin Cook at this point. Now, we have Devon Achane slot as RB3. I think it's very possible he works his way up that depth chart before the start of the season. You re-signed all 4 of your backs, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, Salvon Ahmed, and Myles Gaskin. Simply, the Dolphins do not need Dalvin Cook. Now, that doesn't mean I would not like Dalvin Cook. I think we'd all be thrilled if Dalvin Cook ended up as a member of the Dolphins. You'd make that room even better. But it's really good right now. Based on what we've heard about Devon Achane at minicamp and OTAs, I think he's going to be a star. I think he could be RB1 by the end of the 2023 season, maybe even be a dark horse for Rookie of the Year. So based on the current running back room, you really do not need Dalvin Cook. But if he does get released, it is going to be extremely intriguing for Chris Grier. And what have I said about Chris time and time again? This guy is a home run hitter. If a big name becomes available, look at what happened with Jalen Ramsey. Chris Grier is going to, at the very least, inquire. I would expect him to at least inquire about Dalvin Cook if the Vikings are looking to move on. But at the same time, with Devon Achane and some other backs you have, you do not need Dalvin Cook. There are more pressing needs on this football team. Now let's talk about this ESPN article that ranked the best off seasons amongst all teams in the National Football League. Of course, the Dolphins had a phenomenal off season. Here's what Bill Barnwell had to say about the Fins off season on what went right. The Dolphins added game-changing players on defense. You could argue the 2 most significant defensive additions of the offseason were both made by Miami. Here's what went wrong, he says. Miami did not do more to address its offensive line. I was hoping to see it add at least one starter to a line that still looks questionable on paper. It brought in depth players and tackle Isaiah Wynn and guard Dan Feeney, which should help, but this team still feels stuck waiting on its top picks to develop. I couldn't agree more. The Dolphins should have done more with the offensive line. So ESPN ranked them 132 best offseasons. The Dolphins came in at number 2, only behind the Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Green Bay Packers rounded out the top 5. Now, did the Dolphins have the best offseason in the National Football League? Type 1 for yes or type 2 for no down in the comment section. There is no doubt in my mind, and I know they didn't do enough to address the offensive line, but still, the Dolphins had the best offseason. You got to factor in the hire of Vic Fangio when you're talking about best offseason. Taking a look at the free agency additions that the Dolphins made. Jalen Ramsey, technically not a free agent addition. He was added the day before free agency began in that trade with the Rams. David Long, that's the wrong David Long, but that's okay. Deshaun Elliott, the safety. Braxton Berrios, the Jets wide receiver. Jake Bailey, the former Patriots punter. Those are some of the notable additions that the Dolphins made. Moving on here to the next bunch. Mike White, Isaiah Wynn, Cedric Ogbuehi, Dan Feeney, Bryce Thompson, Malik Reed, Freddie Swain, Eric Saubert, Tyler Croft. So the Dolphins certainly got busy this offseason. You took a pretty good football team. They made the playoffs last year without Tua Tagovailoa for the final stretch, and this team got even better. So I do think the Dolphins certainly won the NFL offseason. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. We are going live on Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time.